Hello and welcome back to the Oversky card spotlight. Took a bit of a break while I was reviewing all the islands and the cards, but now it's come back and I'm going to take a look at some of the older cards. Starting off with Wood Elemental. Wood Elemental has been a huge card in the Oversky because of the introduction of wild lands. Being able to generate additional lands with creatures is very valuable. You get a Faeria collector, but you also get to play your wild land or high land cost creatures and cards much quicker. So Wood Elemental has had a major impact on the metagame. It's a very durable creature, it generates an additional land, and it only costs 1 forest, so it can be played on turn 1 in combination with the Explore. This has actually encouraged competitive players to start playing Mace Man to combat the Elemental cards. If you'd like to know more information about Wood Elemental and how it shaped the metagame, be sure to check out the article in the description below, and that is over on the hub. So for today's episode, we're going to look at a mono green list that I've been working on over the last week. During the release of the Oversky cards, I did cover the blue-green ramp deck a lot, and that is one of the stronger decks with the Wood Elemental, but I've been working on my own mono-green Tree of Everlife list, and I've had a lot of fun with this. I really enjoy this version of mono green. It kind of feels like to me that Tree of Everlife is a little fairer when it's in mono green because you don't have access to the dual color creatures getting powered up through the Tree of Everlife's effect. But I've had great success with this. I've been floating around kind of top 10 god, all the way down to kind of rank 20 god. So this list has performed really well at the top end of the ladder. And also, if you're a mono green fan, I feel this is the natural evolution of the list. It has great matchups against mono red. Mono red was picking up in a lot of popularity after the monthly cup because of how well it performed. And it also does decent against Yellow Rush as well. You have Living Willows as taunts, you have Grove Guardian, you have Wood Elemental. So you have a lot of ways to keep those haste creatures in check. So let's get into some matches and see how this deck performs. Alright guys, into our first game with mono green. I love this list. I've been working on it a lot over the last week or so. And we're gonna throw everything. Oh, that's not bad, that's not bad. Can get a Tree of Everlife, the only legendary in the deck, just to make sure we get as consistently as possible. Didn't get a Wood Elemental though, kind of sad. I might just use this now. Just to make sure we draw this. I don't want to draw this and then have to use the Time of Legend to get a random green card. Not that interested. I want to make my ever draws more consistent. So yeah, the thing with this deck, in relation to Wood Elemental, I kind of feel like Wood Elemental is best in this list. Because he achieves 2 very valuable conditions that this deck requires. The first one being the Tree of Everlife, going to need 10 forests for that, so Wood Elemental's going to help with that. But also activating Faeria Golems as quickly as possible, so Wood Elemental definitely helps with that. Now, I'm not sure what we're playing against, so I am going to go over to the left-hand side here with another Willow. Now, this is a tactic I like to do. I like to build towards one side, and then I like to shift sides as soon as I collect from that well. So my opponent builds to this side, I build to this side, collect, and then I switch sides. Now, whichever side my opponent develops down, I will develop up the opposite, and then I will defend from the bottom, one of my bottom wells. And this allows me to double collect, this allows me to get more Faeria, and eventually I just drop Tree of Everlife, or I drop Faeria Golems to help defend, and then Tree of Everlife just wins the game for me. Because I'll just have like 12, 17 Faeria, 12, 17, yeah, 12, 17, yeah, 12, 17 Faeria Golems, and stuff like that. So in this situation, if it was just 2 Lore Thieves, or 2 Frogs, I would double Deepwood Stalker. But if I Deepwood Stalker, it doesn't make any difference. It's still going to collect Faeria off both wells. So I'm actually gonna go against it. I'm not that interested. And we're just gonna develop a forest up. I'm gonna move this guy up and then I'm gonna pass. So if this frog comes over here to start blocking me, then I'll Deepwood Stalker it because it's in my way. And yeah, that's kind of the plan here. Nope, here he is. Cheeky frog. Phantasm? Oh, library. Okay. Aurora's trick! What? That's actually really painful. So Aurora's trick is a good counter to spiders, living willow, as you can see. Alright, so I am getting flooded pretty hard here. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult against blue in general, simply because they have transform effects. I'm just gonna play the Verdant Force here. I think that's it for me. So library, library could be an issue. We'll see how it goes. We're four forests away from this, and unfortunately, a lot of space is being covered. You want to be able to play the Tree of Everlife somewhere safe. And right now, we don't really have that luxury. All right. I might have to spider this just in case he has Aurora's creation. I would not be happy if this got creationed. And the Emperor. Okay, so this tells me a lot more about this deck. This guy's gonna die. That's one thing it tells me. Unless I Crystal Flower, which I can, so that's fine. I can at least check the Emperor for a turn or two. Make sure this Living Willow doesn't die. And we are gonna Deepwood Stalker the Aurora, and simply because I can't allow that to be creationed. It'll be way too much pressure for me to handle, and I'm still 3 forests away from getting the Tree of Everlife. And the Emperor in this as well, so as long as the Emperor's here and I can feed this before this, if I can feed my Willow before this opens, I'm in a very happy position. But I would like a Feed the Forest, that's for sure. More Battletoads. Okay, 2 things are in range now of clearing this. What do I need to do? Might have to use just another spider here. That represents 6. Like, all these frogs can kill this, but can they get... Only 2 of them can get in range. Which means I'm still taunting this up. The spider's gonna meet his end if I'm not careful, so let's drop a Grove Guardian. Hopefully that will be fine. I'm not sure. We'll just pass here. Nine cards in hand. So I lose... I lose the resource battle here. I haven't picked up Feed the Forest either. Oh, 1 hit. So he double neutrals around and hit that. Okay. It's kind of inevitable this guy's going to show up. And this is not even worth Feed the Forest anymore. It's kind of a shame. Oh, MP, so he's going to actually clear it out. Okay. One forest away. Nowhere safe to play this. Let's get Mr. Faeria Golem down. I can't stop him from quad collecting this turn, unfortunately. So this doesn't resolve until this production goes off. So this actually starts at... Okay, so this now happens, yeah, because this resolves at the end of... The Crystal Flower resolves at the end of my turn, and then this resolves at the start. It's a little unfortunate that I can't kill this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This This is where things get very interesting. Basically, like, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I'd like to show you how this works. Basically, Chaos just wipes boards. These three will trigger at the start of his turn. And this will not die. This will be on 1 life. 1 attack, sorry. So it won't die just yet. Right, teleport this guy over here. Clear this. And then we drop the tree. So this is actually going to die. But I needed a teleport, unfortunately. Now, these guys are helpful. Oh, he has 1 left. I can actually kill. I can kill the Mirror Phantasm. I can kill the Law Thief. Emperor's Command. Emperor's Command? This deck generally runs 3 Emperor's Command, so I wouldn't be surprised. It's quite a good counter to the tree, and this is why we saw it being quite popular. And Aurora's Trick. So we'll give this a well played. And there we have it. This is what happens when you get a lot of Chaos on board. So be sure to try this out if you haven't. It can be a lot of fun. So drop the surrender, and we'll move on to our next match. Alright, into another match. And we are going to get rid of all of these. We're going to try and find ourselves some land ramp. Land ramp is very important for this list because you want to be able to get the Tree of Everlife down as fast as possible. But not only that, there's also to take into consideration that we have Faeria golems that cost 5 forests. But Willow, absolutely fine start with the Feed the Forest as well when I need it, so I can get rid of this Willow once he's done his job. I'm going to see a forest come for our opponent in front. Oh, excellent. So let's get rid of this now. Drop the Willow. We can start feeding off this Faeria. Well, now if my opponent comes down this side to challenge me, I'm going to start building up to this side. If he comes down this side, Willow's going to start moving up here. So just avoiding the direction of my opponent's land building is going to be very, very important. Faeria Golem, it's got a little while till he comes down, but if we pick up a Wood Elemental, been talking about him, or any other land ramp, going to be in a good spot. And this is great for me, actually. I'm well up for this. If you want to come down this side, I'm all for it. I'm going to drop a Grove Guardian. So I'm not going to move Willow up to this side just yet. The plan is to slot him in double collections, but I want my opponent to commit more land to the left. So moving all the way to the right is going to be a bit of a pain. Especially if he establishes a board in this region here. And my Willow should be able to double collect freely. So that's only 2 lands from Faeria Golem. That's pretty good. Just a pass. Ah, Earthcraft. You beauty. Ah, Earthcraft. You beauty. Yep, we're happy to get these going. Now we can actually feed this. Since we have a Willow to replace him. Alright, so we have our defensive structure here. We're going to be able to defend any aggression that comes around in this region. We can defend actually just 2 spaces away from the orb, which is important because it gives us more time before the enemy creatures are able to push any damage. Also makes developing land aggressively a bit more awkward. And then we can start sticking forests in here, go for double collection. And then we can decide where Tree of the Everlife is going to go once we kind of get an idea of how the board's playing out. Our opponent has a lot of cards in hand. I'm curious to see what happens with them. We have Forest Explore, Forest Double Neutral Pass. So I have no idea. No idea. That is keeping us in suspense here. I did with Stalker. I hit my Willows at times. And a pass. Okay. And a pass. We don't really need to do anything. We're kind of the reactive deck in most matchups. We react to our opponent's aggression. We land ramp with stuff like Wood Elementals and Earthcrafts to get the Tree of Everlife as quick as possible. And we just wait until we can play it. And when we play it, we usually win. There've been some... I've had some cases where my opponents have killed my Tree of Everlife without me even expecting it to die. I had a red combat deck use Brute as the last hit of my Tree of Everlife, and I had 2 life left, and the combat damage trigger killed me. I completely missed it. But in a mono-green matchup, as long as I keep my Tree of Everlife surrounded by forests, it'd actually be in a pretty good spot. Because it's going to be hard for mono-green to navigate around. Now, I guess that move was a little greedy. I don't know, I wanted to kill this. Yeah, we can definitely be seen as quite greedy. Alright, I'm going to miss a collection, I think, this turn. I don't know. Do I need to? No, not really. I can still take the collection. I'm going to take Faeria Golem. Right here. I might actually swallow this. Yeah, that's fine. Let's swallow this. Let's make sure there's no Feed the Forest. I'd rather swallow this Willow over this Spider. Even if this has more... This is more of a Faeria hand advantage card, whereas this is just a board advantage card. And right now my Faeria Golem challenges this. So I feel that I have the luxury to just swallow this up, make sure no Feed the Forest comes off, make sure no more cards are drawn. Gonna move down here, hey? And what are you gonna do with the spider down by here? It's in range for me to clear, so... up. Actually, just turn it into a forest, okay. So this is potentially where creatures come down. Gonna move up and collect, so this is out of my reach now. Oh, cheeky, I like it. Wait, oh no, he's... Wait, what? Oh, okay. So I thought this was going to teleport over here and clear my double collector. But, nope. I'm fine. I'm allowed to double collect. Thank you. I appreciate it. Actually, should have played this here, the block move into forest. That's a bit of a misstep from me. Blocking my opponent from a chief and aggressive land is pretty important. I kind of destroyed my own defenses there. But yeah, but now you guys know. You know, block if you can. It's going to make no difference. I can move here and collect. So Tree of Everlife comes down next turn. What do I have so far? Sagami Grove, Caller, Willow. So this would be a great opportunity to draw a Wood Elemental. And the reason is I get to play the Wood Elemental as an additional defensive card, develop another forest, and then I can draw. Although, yeah, well, actually hitting Wood Elemental, this is not too bad, but I'd rather find spiders, Faeria Golems, Verdant Forces, 14/14 Verdant Forces are lovely. So yeah, I've kind of opened the floodgates up a little bit here. Interesting. Gonna hit the flower. So potentially has Feed the Forest in hand if it goes for the flower hit. There's actually no point hitting my orb here. Hitting the flower is absolutely great. And like I said, if there is a Feed the Forest in my opponent's hand, then that's a good way to gain some Faeria. I can still clear this. It's not bad. See, I have this thing where I draw a lot of Sagami Grove Callers when I get near my Tree of Life. Where am I going to stick it? Here? I think here's fine. Look at all these beautiful stats. And then we have the big willow to protect from this side. I can go forest here and protect with the big willow. I have little willow to sort out these guys. And I still have my Faeria golem. He's still healthy. You know, can still clear out the Sagami Grove Caller. I need to probably play one of these next turn, even if I don't really want to teleport that much. Just to get a 9/11 down. Wood Elemental. Oh, not taking the teleport spots. I mean, I can still teleport here and move and clear if this was to become a forest. But I really want this forest. Because this is an aggro forest, it'll allow me to play my big Grove Callers or my big Willow. Ideally, big Verdant Forces. I like 14/14 Verdant Forces just going in, causing some trouble. Speaking of Verdant Forces, wait, does he not know what this does? Okay, well that's a win. So my last 2 games have been in casual. I've just having a bit of a warm-up. Let's take this to rank. Let's see how we do at in God rank. I'm ranked 24 at the moment, so maybe we'll go up, maybe we'll go down. Alright guys, into our first ranked match. I played this a lot on ladder. Oh, double wood elemental. And a Faeria golem. This hand's nuts. Yeah, we're keeping this. So we can get a Faeria golem very quickly with these 2 guys. And we're not on the Explorer, unfortunately, so we won't be able to do the cheeky Explore wood elemental, which I was talking about in the article. But we do get to play double wood elemental and just ramp our forests up really fast. And that's a desert, so this could be tempo. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out very soon. We're going to collect from both wells until we decide which way we want to develop land, which is going to be in the opposite direction of where our opponent pushes land. This is absolutely fine. And that's going to be a war yak. Very interesting. Okay. That's a lot of land ramp, guys. That is a lot. Right, we're going to pass here. We don't need to use this just yet. It's not like a wood elemental can move. So double neutral flash wind. Oh, Kaleem's training would be really dangerous. Now we can clear this with Sagami Grove Caller. Won't be able to play a Faeria golem, but I think that's fine. And there we have it. So now I have a double collector, but I'm a bit Faeria starved. But look, I've already got 7 forests. I think it's like turn 3. 1, 2, 3. It's turn 4 for our opponent. And he was on Explore, so it's turn 4 for us, and I'm at 7 forests. And he has to pass. Ouch. Okay. Let's block this off. Make life a little more difficult. As you can see, he's now developing towards this side. I'm going to feed this. It's a bit weak to Choking Sands. I think I'm going to drop Faeria Golem here. And Faeria Golem is going to be our double collector until we can find Tree of Everlife. That's kind of what we're looking for now. Just saving up Faeria and looking for the Tree of Everlife. But this wouldn't have been possible without all the land ramp I received. 13 Faeria, 5 deserts. Interesting. So, Windborn Champion, I would expect. Maybe even Desert Twister. There we go. There he is, Windborn Champion. Oh, I can still double collect. That's fine. So this is going to start hitting my orb next turn. Oh, he's moving me out of that double collection. I like it. Very nice. Alright. Some more forests. Fine. We can even Earthcraft. Pick up that willow. I'm happy to collect off my 2 wells now. I can actually just leave him here. And I can actually challenge a lot. And then I can Grove Garden here to stop double collection. So we're at 10 forests. We've hit the mark to allow us to play the Tree of Everlife. And now we need to draw cards. Now we need to start digging for the Tree of Everlife, but also get enough green creatures in hand that when we drop Tree of Everlife, should be the end of the game. Okay. Campfire? Oh, going face. This guy going face? Yep, it looks like it. Alright, face is the place. Last Nightmare? Last Nightmare would be brutal. Because right now I just cleared the board. Unless there's mobility. Like that. Interesting. Is that another Desert Twister? Wow, is that another... No, it's not. Whew. That would have been pretty scary. Oh, hello. So we'll clear this guy out. Take the collection. Then we can take the Wood Elemental, I think. I could... Yeah. Take the Wood Elemental. And we'll look to try and kill this next turn. We have a lot of taunts to keep it in check. I also have the Deepwood Stalker. But next turn we should be able to get Tree of Everlife down. And then Stalkers can just one-shot everything. So I might not even need to use these yet. Very much depends on the next play. That is a lake. And that is an Ancient Herald. Alright. I have a problem here. Because I can't play the tree anywhere safe. Oh, actually, this is pretty safe. You can't get there. Okay, well, we're going to go for it. Just make sure. Where do I want this guy to go? I guess he can move here. Start going towards the orb. This is going to protect me for a turn at least. And then I have like double Willow, double Deepwood Stalker. This is a pretty amazing Tree of Life trigger. Because it gives me taunt and it gives me removal. So I have a lot of protection, but I also have a lot of ways to take care of threats that could be a problem. I'm not sure if yellow really has anything, but then again, blue's just got involved. So who knows what blue cards are going to show up. Should have just moved towards this. Oh, he wants to get the prayer. Heralds and prayers and nightmares. Alright, give me that Feed the Forest. Give it to me. Woo! Oh my goodness. Alright, let's do this. Faeria for days. Another Feed the Forest. I don't think I need another one. Well, I don't want to use another one on this Willow. I'm going to use this as protection. Interestingly enough, both of these do 5 damage, but this one collects Faeria right now. So I think I am going to actually kill this. Just to stop the Faeria collection, and this is now going to... This is now a 16-18 removal piece, as well as a creature, so things are looking pretty good. I'm not entirely sure how he kills this, to be honest. I could have actually played this on this side by here to make sure no Flashwind shenanigans happened. It's a bit of a misstep from me there. I should have played this here. Yeah, and as you'll see. Because if he has Flashwind now... Oh, he doesn't need Flashwind, so he's actually going to take a hit on this. It's not dead, still alive. So a little misstep from me, unfortunately. Let's collect... Clear this. And then we'll Spider-Man this. I'll pass. Now firing guns are 12-17, so even though he got one hit off, he still needs another. Wind Soldier here actually does it. So maybe... Actually, I don't think I could have avoided the Wind Soldier. Oh, maybe I could have actually. If I played this spider here, I could have blocked a Wind Soldier line. He's going to try and get into double collection. Oh my goodness. Well, let's get a green card. Yeah, we'll just pass. So another big spider. Now I have a 1924 Foraging Golem. Next turn, I will develop a forest, regardless of what I draw. Unless it's a teleport. Teleport would be nice. Forest here, or a forest here. So he's going to get the Wind Soldier down on the Tree of Everlife. But this Willow should be able to protect me. And this 16-13 Deepwood Stalker. Oh, no, he's going in. He's going to push 5. And Kaleem's Prayer. Wow, this is actually a lot closer than I thought it would be. I think I might feed this just so we get another proc. Ooh! Oh wow! Actually, that's from the. Okay. So that's from Time of Legends. That gives me lethal on this guy, without this guy. All right, Nightmare coming down. I have 23 Faeria. Ooh. I think that's it, guys. +6 to these two numbers. Yeah. So well played. Well played. Interesting deck from our opponent. Something different. I appreciate that. But this this is from Time of Legends. I don't run this. And there we have it. That's the deck really going off. You know, getting all that land ramp at the start of the match, being able to get to 7 forests by turn 4, I believe, then get the Tree of Life quite early. That can make this deck incredibly powerful. Alright guys, into our final game of this episode. And we're going to throw all this. We want the land ramp. I just had another match against a yellow deck that was similar to the last game. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording, so I was a bit gutted because it was a good match. It was against SKC. But now we have a new opponent. Let's take a forest and we'll pass. So this is a really slow hand, unfortunately. Hopefully, we'll pick up a Wood Elemental or an Earthcraft next turn, which will enable us to play Grove Guardian. Speak of the devil, there he is, the Wood Elemental. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Okay, let's take forest. Here. Into a forest here. Now, I like to place the Explore on the well and have the forest next to my orb, since this is going to be my main defensive point for the most of the match. So being able to summon a creature in between an enemy creature, you know, blocking them, is going to be very valuable. Now I'm hoping that we pick up either a Wood Elemental or maybe a Willow, and we'll be able to slot into double collection. So this opponent is playing the other variation of the Crystal Flower list, and that is the blue-green ramp. So using Frog Tosser, the Octopus, probably Crystal Flower as well, maybe even Whales. We'll have to see. I'm really jealous of all these Earthcrafts right now. Fugoro could come down this turn. That is a possibility. Might just see a pass. Oh, very nice. So we can actually kill this. This is pretty important. Kill this. We're gonna feed this because this Sagami Grove Caller can be cleared by a Frog Tosser and it'll leave a 2/2 frog. We'll have to deal with a 4/2 after. Not something that I'm interested in right now. I think we developed Faeria Golem, to be honest. I can't play Wood Elemental just yet. I need to wait until we see at least a Frog Tosser before I'm feel safe enough to play this. If this was in the early game and there wasn't this many lands from my opponent, I'd probably strongly consider playing this. But I don't want to put a 2/2 on the left hand side. And there's an Okie Dokie. King Rouse, thanks for the follow if you're watching this on YouTube. This happens sometimes. I'll be playing some matches for you guys, just getting some games done, and then all of a sudden Okie Dokie pops up, and then I have a follower. So thank you if you are watching from YouTube. Another Earthcraft! Oh my goodness. Please don't be a whale. I can whale this up. I can kill this. I can't swallow the whale either. So it looks like he is gunning for what looks to be a Tree of Everlife. So I'm going to have to apply... So I'm going to have to bite the bullet here. I'm going to have to get this Wood Elemental down just so I can play a Faeria Golem close to... So I can kind of get close to this Tree of Everlife somehow. The safest place would probably be about here. It takes a draw, so probably has land ramp. Is that going to be a Frog Tosser? No. So yeah, there's a land ramp. So going to place it behind, it looks. Oh no, doesn't have it yet. Very interesting. So I'll happily take the clear. We'll move on to this land, and then we'll take Verdant Force. So now we're just kind of turning the tables here. We're thinking, right, Tree of Life is going to come down. We've seen the land prep for it. Let's apply pressure with our big green creatures and try and turn up the heat. It's a very good way to deal with a blue-green ramp. Just clear their creatures, starve them of Faeria, and apply pressure when you can. What's this going to be? Going to be a Frog Tosser, which what I was talking about earlier, I was trying to avoid. No Tree of Life, which is nice. Maybe an Octopus. Crystal Flower on the Verdant Force. Right. Another Faeria Golem. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's pretty good. So now this frog can't double collect because there's a flower in the way, and there's now a Faeria Golem in the way as well. And we have this Faeria Golem that's going to apply pressure. And then not being able to collect here actually stops our opponent from playing Tree of Life this turn, because you could jump +1 into Tree. But now there is big old flaming Faeria Golem in the way. Faeria Golems are still really good. They cause a lot of problems. So it looks like he's looking for a land to jump across. So the more creatures that are developed, the better for me, because it's much harder to develop the Tree of Life if all these creatures are being built. I can also crack this open if I want. If I want to give up on a collection, I could crack this open, but it depends on what we draw. Interesting. Oh, spider, great. So I can now answer this. I can crack this open. I'm actually going to take a draw of my own this turn. Get some land ramp. Very nice. Move this into collection. And now we are already here, guys. Clear this guy out. Clear this guy out. Then we're going to use this spider to block the Faeria Golem from being hit. Next turn, we quad collect, develop a last forest, play the Tree of Life, and hopefully draw a green creature, because now Tree of Life isn't even helping with these crystal flowers. Takes the draw. I think that might just be over. It overdrew, unfortunately. Trades off, that's fine. I 2-for-1'd with my spider, and then he 2-for-1'd with his frog tosser. And this is, I think this is a reason I really like this mono green list more than the blue green ramp deck. It can apply enormous pressure with these Faeria golems, with the Verdurant forces. You don't always need Tree of Life. You can kind of just outvalue your opponent on board with big bulky creatures. So that's one of the reasons I really like this deck list. That concludes this episode of Oversky Card Spotlight, taking a look at Wood Elemental. If you haven't already, check out the description. There is a link there to the article, which goes into more depth of why this card is so powerful. I hope you guys enjoyed my mono green list. I definitely recommend giving it a go. It's a lot of fun, and if you're a fan of the archetype, this feels like the natural evolution to mono green at the moment in the Oversky. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. We've just had the first episodes of the Oversky Deck Doctor and Deck Pilot covering Lou 90's second place monthly cup yellow tempo list, and yellow tempo does very well against these land ramp style decks. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Discover the Adventure Pouch Oversky, featuring a first-of-its-kind co-op campaign. Team up with either friends or powerful Faeria characters and discover a ton of new content, including more than 30 new cards. Join now to experience the Emperor's daily challenges and reap exclusive rewards. Explore the Oversky and reap the rewards today.